Today, Saturday the 13th of July 2024, we have our hand-picked match predictions to share with you, which will be backed up by some stats and analytics to help you make your picks in this list to boost your winning by a greater percent. In this list of games, to those of you who want to access even more games, then of course you want to make sure to become a member of the level 2 package plan so that you're going to access all our hand-picked games based on corner kicks, match predictions, straight wins, over 1.5 and 2.5 goal match picks many days ahead of time before the start of the gameplay. If you want to benefit from huge odds, then of course you want to make sure to become a member so as to access members only video and members only posts, which will give you an upper hand to finding the best picks in the hand-picked games we always provide to our members. I'll put the link below this video description, which you can easily join to become a member and see how you can easily access these sections of match predictions. So without wasting time, I'm going to begin with the first event of our today's list. Looking at the first event of our today's list, Saturday the 13th, I'm going to begin with Australia in the Western Australia. The first game is a match between Fremantle City playing against Tasmania Lions. First in this event, I first of all want to share with you the recent gameplay they just had. 6 goals were scored, while Fremantle City played away, Tasmania Lions played home. It ended as 4-2 this time. These two teams are switching side. Fremantle City is coming home and Tasmania Lions is going away. Now, looking at some game comparison, I want to share with you the first gameplay. I want to look at the performance of Fremantle City at home. Out of 6 events at home being played, they have had 5 wins, registering 83% win rate as compared to Tasmania Lions at away, which out of 6 events at away, they have had 3 wins, having a 50% win rate. Looking at some game comparison, I want to share with you first, they had a match with Olympic Kingsway, 6 goals were scored, and of course, this same Olympic Kingsway also had a game with the opponent, as you can see, they had a loss up to 3 goals to 0. And of course, being the fact that Tasmania Lions had a loss up to 3 goals to 0, for which the home team was able to lead by 4 goals to 2, there is still a possibility of goals to occur in this match in full time. Looking at another comparison, like a game they had against Perth, 7 goals were scored. This same Perth also had a game with the opponent here. And of course, as you can see, 5 goals were scored based on that comparison. And other comparison being made, we're looking at 2 major picks in this event in full time. First, we want to look at the possibility of 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time as one of the best pick. And we also want to look at the possibility of 2.5 goals in this event in full time. Looking at the next pick, we want to look at Australia in the Northern NSW, a match between Adamstown Roseburg playing against Edgeworth Eagles. That's Edgeworth Eagles. First, I'll share with you some gameplay performance they recently had. 7 goals were scored. That is Edgeworth Eagle beat Adamstown Roseburg 7 goals to 0 based on recent gameplay. This time, Edgeworth Eagle is actually going away this time. First, I'll share with you the gameplay result based on recent performance of Adamstown being at home. They are very poor. You can see 0% win rate. Out of 6 events being played at home, they have had 0 wins, having a 0%. As compared to Edgeworth Eagles, who is still good. Out of 6 event game played at away, they have had 5 wins and of course 83% win rate. Looking at some game performance comparison, first I'll share with you the performance of Edgeworth Eagle. They are very good at away, 2, 2, 4, 1 and 2. Looking at some game comparison, they had a match with Western Beer, they beat it 2-0. This same Western Beer also had the game with the opponent, as you can see here. They had a loss 2 goals to 0 to tell us that the away team can still lead this match as well as the possibility of goals. Looking at another comparison, they had a match with Cook Hills United. They beat it 2-0. This same Cook Hills had a game with the home team. As you can see here, they registered a huge loss up to 3 goals to 1 to tell us that the away team can still lead as well as the possibility of goals. And looking at another comparison, like the match they had against Lake Mercury, they beat it 4-1. This same Lake Mercury also had the game with the home team. You can see a draw, almost of equal strength, to still tell us that the away team can still lead. Everything put in place, we are looking at 2 major picks in this event in full time. Firstly, we're looking at Edgeworth Eagle to still lead this match in full time, as well as we want to look at the possibility of at least 1.5 goals to occur in this match in full time, as well as the possibility of 2.5 goal in full time. Looking at 1.5 goal or 2 goals over is the best match pick for this event. Looking at the next pick, we are looking at Australia in the Capital Territory, a match between Canberra Olympic against Gongalin. In this event, I will share with you the recent gameplay they just had. 5 goals were scored. Gongalin played at home and Canberra at away. This time, Gongalin is going away, as you can see here. Looking at some gameplay performance based on comparison. First, the away team Gongalin is good. Out of 5 events being played at away, they've had 4 wins, registering an 80% win rate as compared to Canberra at home, which out of 6 events being played at home, just 1 win has been recorded, having 17% win rate. Looking at some comparison of the away team Gongalin, they have showed that they have good performance at away based on recent game played 3, 3, 3, 4, and 1. As you can see here, comparing with that of the home team concede more. Looking at some comparison here, Gongalin had a match with Coma Tiger, they beat it 3-0. That same Coma Tiger also had a game with the opponent, as you can see, a huge loss up to 4 goals to 1, to tell us that there is a possibility of goals. And of course, and they still had a game with Manora Panthers. You can see they had a loss here, but I want to look at the win rate here. Looking at the match with Tuggeranong United as well as Coma Tiger, they still lead against Coma Tiger here, for which the home team had a loss with Coma Tiger, as you can see, and they still had a loss again, as you can see here with Coma Tiger 4-1, which is good. Looking at another comparison where they had a game with Canberra FC, they beat it 4-2, making a total of 6 goals. This same Canberra also had a game with the home team, as you can see, Canberra FC, a huge loss up to 6 goals to 1, to still tell us the possibility of goals. And everything being put in order, we are looking at 2 major picks in this event in full time. First, we are looking at the possibility of 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time, as well as we want to look at 2.5 goal possibility for this event in full time. Looking at the next pick, we are looking at Australia in the Tasmania, that is Australia NPL Tasmania, a match between Greenock United playing against Devonport City. First, I'll share with you the recent game played. 5 goals were scored. This time, looking at the performance of game played based on Greenock United, the home team, they are good. And out of 5 events being played at home, they have had 4 wins, 80% win rate as compared to that of Devonport, which at away, out of 6 events being played, they have had 4 wins, recording a 67% win rate. Looking at some game comparison based on the home team, they are very good and offensive at home, 5, 7, 4, 7 and 2, 8 and 5, as compared to that of the away team, which is also good based on away strike rate, 2, 6, 4, and of course some comparison game played here, like they had a game with Clarence Zabra, 7 goals were scored, as you can see, as well as with Riverside Olympic, 7-1, making a total of 8 goals. Looking at that also, they also had a game with Clarence Zabra, as you can see. They also had a win 4-0, and also they had a match with another comparison, like for example, Lesotho, that is Lesotho United 4-0, making a total of 4 goals. You are going to see also Lesotho United a total of 7 goals here, and everything being put in order. We are looking at 2 major picks in this event in full time. First, we want to look at the least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time, or 2 goals over for this event in full time. In other words, if it exceeds 2 goals, we are going to have a win, but if it does not exceed 2 goals, then we are going to have a refund. Looking at the next pick, it is going to be in Australia, New South Wales, a match between Apia Tiger playing with Wellington Wolf. First, I'll share with you the recent game played. 3 goals were scored. Apia Tiger, the home team, out of 6 events, they have had 5 wins, having 83% win rate, comparing to that of Wellington Wolf, which out of 6 events, they have had 3 wins, having a 50% win rate. Looking at some game comparison, the home team, Apia Tiger, have shown good strength, 3, 5, 1 and 4 and 3 and 3, as compared to that of the away team, who also have shown that they are good at scoring at away, 2, 2, 2 and 1. Looking at some game comparison, first, I want to look at the match with Sutherland Shark. 5 goals were scored. St. George Saint, 5 goals were scored, that is 5-0. Looking at the comparison of that, first, I will share with you the game where they had with teams like, for example, St. George Saints, as you can see here, 4 goals were scored. St. George Saints, as you can see here, 5 goals were scored. And of course, St. George City FA 4-1, making a total of 5 goals. St. George City FA as well for the away team. As you can see, St. George City FA, this is it here, they had a win as well, 2-0. And everything being put in order based on game comparison played and the matches they have had. We are looking at 2 major picks in this event in full time. Still, we are looking at 1.5 goal in full time, as well as the possibility of 2 goals over. If it doesn't exceed, then we are going to have a refund, or looking at 1.5 goal at least in full time. Looking at the next pick, we are looking still in the Australia, but this time a match in the Australia New South Wales, a match between Macaroni Stallion against St. George City FA. I will look at first the match they just had. 3 goals were scored. Looking at the comparison of game played they just recently had, first, Macaroni Stallion have shown good offensive rate based on game played at home. Out of 6 events, they have had 4 wins. A 67% win rate has been recorded as compared to St. George City at away, which out of 6 events, they have had 3 wins, having a 50% win rate. Looking at some game comparison, Macaroni Stallion had a game with Sunderland Shark 3-3, making a total of 6 goals. As well as against Rockdale City Sons, you can see 9 goals were scored. This same Rockdale City Sons also had a game with the opponent. As you can see, they had a loss 2-0 to tell us that the possibility of goals will be much here, because Rockdale City Sons had a huge loss. As you can see, they were beaten here up to 9 goals. But based on the away team, St. George City FA had a loss against Rockdale City Sons 2-0. And of course, another comparison with match where they had a game with Hill Brumbies, they beat it 4-0. This same Hills Brumbies, as you can see, also had a game with the opponent. As you can see, they had a loss 2-0 to still tell us that the home team can lead this match, as well as the possibility of goals. As a result, we are looking at 2 major picks in this event in full time. First, we want to look at the home team to lead this match in full time. Secondly, we want to look at the possibility of 1.5 goal in this event in full time, as well as the possibility of 2.5 goals in this event in full time. Next, we are looking at the match in the China Super League, a match between Shanghai Shenhua playing against Shangsheng Yatai. In this event, first, I will share with you the recent gameplay. 3 goals were scored. Of course, looking at the performance of gameplay based on recent result, Shanghai Shenhua at home is very good. Out of 6 events at home, they have had 5 wins, having 83% win rate, as compared to Shanghai Yatai, which out of 6 events at away, they have had 1 win, having 17% win rate. Looking at some game comparison, they had a game based on offensiveness, 6-3, 1-2, and 4, as compared to that of the away team, which is not as offensive as that of the home team. Looking at some comparison, they had a match with teams like, for example, Qingdao Hanoi, they beat it 2-0. This same Qingdao also had a game with the opponent. As you can see here, Qingdao, they had just 1 win. And looking at another comparison, they also had a play with Hangzhou. You can see they beat Hangzhou 4-0. This same Hangzhou had a game with the opponent. As you can see, they had a loss 3-1 to tell us that the home team can still lead this match, as well as the next comparison where they had a game with Guangzhou. As you can see, 4-0. This same Guangzhou also had a game with the opponent. You can see they had a loss 2-0 to still tell us that the home team can still lead. And everything being put in order, we are looking at 2 major picks in this event in full time. First, we are looking at the home team to lead, and second, the possibility of at least 1.5 goal in this event in full time. So we are going to end here for today. To those of you who want to access even more games, of course, you want to make sure that you become a member by subscribing to the Level 2 Pro plan to see how you can be accessing all our hand-pick match predictions based on goals, match pick, corner kicks, straight wins, as well as many match huge lists days before time, so that you can take advantage of the huge odds we give to our members and see how you can take your winning to the next level. You can do this by making sure that you join to become a member by using the link below this video description to select the Level 2 Pro plan to start to see how you can be accessing all our hand-picked match predictions 2 to 3 days ahead of time before they are even made available. Good luck and see you again in the next upload. Bye-bye.